Hello good people, how are you all doing? I'm good. If you are coming back to watch my content, thank you so much. If you are stopping here for the first time, karibu sana. Remember to hit that subscribe button, it's free. Okay, hit that subscribe button and help me grow, guys. Take me to 100 subscribers. Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you about the things that I wish I knew before having a baby. Having a baby is something that changes your entire life. You know, as you grew up, you grew up besides your parents. You are being taken care of, but now it is now you after giving birth, it's now your turn to take care of someone else, and this is something that we are not being trained on while growing up. Okay, so I'm going to share with you the things that right now I can say that I wish I knew before having a baby. Okay, so the first thing, don't get too attached to a certain birth plan. Okay, what I mean is that when you are expecting during your 9-month journey, most of us or most of the people always expect to have a normal birth delivery, because most people fear CS. Even me, I feared CS, and I didn't even think about CS while I was pregnant in the first place. Even when I was doing my research on the birth, how people give birth, how labor happens, how labor starts, until to the point that you give birth, I never thought of CS. But now I thought about it and even researched about it, because when it came as an emergency, I was so terrified. I felt like I was going to die and leave the baby without a mother. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so I had researched of both the two major birth plan, that is CS and normal birth. The second thing is that I wish I knew that postpartum depression was common. I was going through a certain moment of stress when I immediately, let me say, like around after 2 weeks of giving birth, I felt like I was overwhelmed with the with taking care of a baby, because you have sleepless nights, you have the chores to do around the house, and you are alone. I had no help, so I had to do all the chores around the house, plus the baby here crying the whole night. You didn't sleep, you wake up, you have to wash the clothes, the baby still crying. Juggling the household chores and motherhood was so tough. And remember, this is something that you're not prepared of. Like, you are happy, yes, you're going to have a baby, and you could say that I can't wait. Okay, but you can't wait, yes, but then again, parenthood is so hard, especially the first few months after giving birth. So postpartum depression, research has shown that at least 1 out of 5 mothers suffer from postpartum depression. So it's common. So if you undergo it, just seek for help and don't think that it's happening to you alone. It's a common thing. Okay, the third thing I wish I knew is that nursing takes practice, guys. It is not something you're born knowing. Like, you can during your pregnancy period, you can watch research on how to nurse a baby, but you won't practice it until you have your own baby. Okay, so something like breastfeeding, if you go for clinics or you watch these motherhood journeys on YouTube or maybe in movies, you see how they tell people to hold the baby so that the baby can nurse properly. But then again, it takes practice, because it is something that you really need to adapt to very fast. Okay, and also something that makes nursing difficult is that some people have pointed nipples, which makes nursing a bit easy. But when you have nipples that are inside, they call them inserted nipples. The nipple is inserted, it is inwards instead of outwards. So when it is like this, the baby can nurse on it easily compared to when it is like this. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So with practice you will just find your way on how to do it. Okay, yeah. Compared to also something I was forgetting, things like uh, birthing a baby. Someone like me, I didn't, in my entire life up to when I gave birth, I had never birthed a newborn baby. So even when the baby is born, the baby is so tiny, you won't even know how to hold the baby. Should I hold him like this, or how do I hold the baby while taking a bath? All this takes practice, and you will just find a method that works for you. Okay. And the fourth thing, you will need more help than you anticipated before. Remember, when you are just you and the baby inside kicking, you could move around, you could plan your schedules, but now you are taking care of, you have someone that now depends on you fully 24 hours. Okay? Now, you will need so much help because the baby requires almost 100% of your attention, especially the first few months of being born. So without help, without getting so much support and enough help around the house, it's something that leads people to depression, because you feel overwhelmed, sometimes you feel you regret motherhood, but then again, you really, really, really need it. That is something that I wished I knew, so that I could plan for, so that I could plan on how to get help. But here we are, 2.4 years down the line. Something that I also learned, guys, the fifth thing is that there's no wrong way of feeding a baby. So what happened me after giving birth, I did for the first 4 days, I didn't have breast milk. So I was stressed, like I've given birth to the baby is going to suffer a lot because she has nothing to eat, she has nothing to feed on. And so I felt like she was not going to grow healthily, she was not going to be a healthy baby because I couldn't feed him. And while I was doing my research, while I was still expectant, I saw that breast milk is very, very important for the baby's growth and general body development. So I was wondering, if I give baby the milk powder, the, how do they call it, nan, the milk powder that you mix with the warm water, then you give the baby. I felt guilty as a mom because I wanted to feed my baby. I wanted to give my baby the best from the first day, okay? But then again, 2.4 years down the line, she's a healthy baby. She only breastfed for like a week, and then I didn't have enough milk. So she survived on none for the longest time ever, up to 4 months. And then I started feeding her porridge. Yeah, she started feeding quite early, and she's actually a healthy baby. And that is why I am saying I wish I knew that there's no wrong way of feeding a baby. Bora mtoto akule, she's healthy, she's not sickling. We thank God and we move on, okay? Something also, the sixth one, is that having a baby is going to take a toll on your relationship, especially if you're married, or you've moved in with your baby daddy and you're staying together. Remember, before the baby came, it was only the two of you. He was the only person you could think of, and also he was how do I say it? He was the only person who you were thinking of, and you were the only person you could think of before the baby. But now here is the baby. Especially, it affects mothers so much, because when the baby comes, you find you are so much attached to the baby until you forget that there's another person, another big baby in your life. So you give the baby so much attention, and the other person will feel like you're no longer giving them attention. They don't feel your care anymore. They don't feel like, they feel a gap, they feel replaced in a way. But all this will pass, okay? I don't know if this happens to most moms, especially first. Okay, I'm still a first-time mom because I'm not given birth to a second born yet. But this thing used to happen to me, especially during the first few months of having a baby. I was so much stressed, juggling things. Especially juggling schoolwork juggling house chores, juggling having a baby. It was so much at times I could sit down and regret having a baby. I felt like it was a burden. Yeah, so at this point, actually, I think it is a normal thing, because it is something new. It is a new responsibility that you are prepared for, yes, during your journey, but the way it turns out, it's something that you didn't expect. So yeah, that's it. So it's okay not to feel loving the baby or loving every minute of motherhood. Sometimes you just feel stressed out, but sometimes you'll overcome it and enjoy it as the days goes by. And the last thing that I wished I knew is that everything is a phase and you will find normal again. Okay, motherhood, you adapt with it as the day goes by. I always say, or I can always tell someone, especially first time moms, that take it a day at a time. Take it a day at a time, okay? Because this is a journey that you want, there's no going back. Once you're a mother, you'll always be a mother. Even at 90s, you will still be a mother, okay? So everything is just a phase. We move from day one baby to day two to 1 week to 1 month, 2 months to 1 year to 2 years. As they grow, the phases keep on changing. You keep on experiencing growth. You keep on learning so much. You keep on with the time you also learn to love so much. Yeah guys, so those are the basically 9 things that I wish I knew before having a baby. And I think, yeah, I think I've not forgotten any of them. If I do, I'll put them in the comment section below. Share with me, guys, anything that you can now at this point, especially if you're a mom. Doesn't matter if you're a first, second, third, or 10th mom. What are the things that you can say that you wish you knew before having a baby? Share with us in the comment section below. And also, guys, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. Comment on this video, share and like. See you next time, guys. Bye. I love you.